First thing is, that's a lot taller than normal, right? Yeah, yeah. Well, no, we'll talk about that in a second. Have you ever been working on a piece and made a really nice, large, tall vase, only to realize that it's probably too tall to fit in your electric kiln to Bisque fire? Well, I've done that, and unless you measured beforehand, the first thing you got to do is take the vase back out of the kiln, and then unless you're going to cut off the top or the bottom of the vase to make it fit, how are you going to fire it? What are you going to do? Well, let's talk about that. So here we are at the electric kiln, and I'm going to show you how I fit a big pot like that in my electric kiln. Because as you can see, I'm going to use a tape measure here. I'm going to show you how tall this is. We'll go back in. I'll show you how tall the large vase is, and you're going to be able to obviously tell that it's not going to fit in here without some slight modifications, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So real quickly, we're going to look at the height of this. I got 30 and a half inches to fit in here, and I'm pretty sure that vase is like 36. Okay, so obviously it's not going to fit, and we're not just going to stack up fiber or lay fiber over the pot. So we got to do some modifications. We got to take the lid off of this, put the pot in, and then we're going to add another ring to this that's not going to be powered, and Bisque fire the pot this way. Of course, I'm going to glaze fire the pot in my gas kiln. It'll fit in there just fine. So let's get to it. Alright, here's the vase, and we're going to measure this and see how tall it is, see how much height we need to gain on the electric kiln to get this bad boy in there. Alright, we have 36 and a half inches. So we measured 30 and a half in the electric kiln, 36 and a half here. We need at least 6 inches in height, and I think we can achieve that with one ring. I've got an old electric kiln that I've decommissioned and taken apart, so those rings are probably a good 8 or 9 inches in height. So we'll just first thing we got to do is load this into the kiln. Well, first thing we got to do is take the lid off of that one. Cam's going to help me with that. Then we're going to put this pot in. Then we're going to put the ring on, put the lid back on, and program it, and Bisque fire this one. So here we go. Here are 3 vases that I fired the exact same way that we just talked about and I just showed you guys. This was the main one in the video that I was showing you how we Bisque fired. But I did want to recap a couple things just to clarify in case anybody has any questions. We did take the lid off of the kiln that I have, which actually has a lid lifter on it, which basically means that it has extra hardware and extra springs and all that. So we took that lid off, removed all the springs. I grabbed a ring from a separate kiln that is decommissioned. That ring still had the wires, still had the coils, the elements in it, but I did not hook that ring up to any sort of power. I believe that in a bisque fire you can definitely get away with that. If you were going to glaze fire pots that way, you might want to figure out a way to be able to have power if you were going to have an extra ring on the kiln like that. But in a bisque fire, I don't think it's that crucial. You may have people disagree with that, but I've done it several times and I don't think it's an issue. I've known people that bisque fire anywhere from like 08 all the way up to 04, and that's a very broad range in general. So I think even if you get a little bit cooler in the top of the kiln, which I'm not sure you even would because the heat's going to rise anyways. And one of the big things, I've actually fired pots that way as well by stacking up soft brick around the ring and then putting the lid back on. I think that works equally, well not equally as well, but that works. I think having the ring is going to make it more, I guess, sealed, because you've actually put a ring that's from a kiln on there. And then what I did, instead of putting the actual lid back on, because that lid is very heavy, we actually took the bottom from the kiln that I decommissioned and we used that as a lid just because it was lighter, didn't have all that extra hardware on there. So anyway, like I said, if you guys have any questions about what I did or what I showed you in this video, feel free to leave them in the comments. But just an example, I just got this last one out of the kiln here just a few minutes ago. And this one I actually did not put any smaller pieces around the bottom of it. When I fired these other two, I did. I don't know why I didn't do it with this one other than the fact that it was pretty large. But if you could slide it to one side and put some other pieces around, it definitely help and use the space and the energy more efficiently that way. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys being here, and I really hope this helps. I hope it inspires you. And you know what I always say, or what I've said for the last couple videos, if this did inspire you, go make some amazing pots. If you haven't subscribed already and you enjoyed what you saw today, hit the subscribe button before you go. Hit that little bell icon so you get notified when there's new videos. And feel free to share this video and like it as you see fit. And we will see you in the next video. Appreciate it. Okay, that was just some sample gimbal footage, little extra after the credits and the click here for another video, subscribe here, not really garbage, it's necessary, but just some extra for y'all that stayed till the end. Hear the Southern coming out there, the y'all. Anyway, nothing really important going on here at all, just thought it'd be fun, just thought it'd be funny. For y'all that stayed to the end, good job. Appreciate it. Really, you can go now. There's no more after this. This is it. We're cutting it off. Bye. See you later. Go make some amazing pots. What are you still doing here? I told you to leave. Gosh, can't get enough. Okay, look. You want to see what I'm doing? There. Stoking the wood stove. Okay? Now go.